A very good morning to all the judges. I will be talking on low concentration atropine and its effects on higher order abrasion. We don't have any financial interest. We all know that wavefront aberrometry shines a perfectly shaped wave of light into the eye, and basically it captures the reflections distorted based on the eye's surface contours. So we can see that this is a perfect wavefront which is being put on or inside the eye. So it basically generates a map of the optical system of the eye, which can be used to map the imperfections that are seen. These are some of the higher order aberrations. With this background, I would like to say that we tried to do a study because on low concentration atropine, because after ATOM 1 and ATOM 2 studies, there has been a lot of interest in low concentration atropine, especially in children, for reducing the progression of myopia. So we started doing this study because there have been reports on atropine 1% causing significant increase in higher order aberrations. So it was very important to know whether in the long term, low concentration atropine is actually safe or not. So this was a study of 14 children which were taken in the study, and we started the patients on low concentration atropine. And these patients were actually, wavefront analysis was done pre-atropine, and then they were started on these drops, and we started taking the higher order aberration RMS, trefoil, tetrafoil, and we tried to compare after a month whether these higher order aberrations were significant enough compared to the pre-atropine data. And we found that these higher order aberrations were not much changed, although the pupil size, if we see the pupil size, it was increased by 0.8 millimeters as a mean increase in pupil size. Even the near point of accommodation was reduced by almost 2.8 to 3.5 diopters. So why this study on higher order aberrations on low concentration atropine? First and foremost is that we are going to use it for a pretty long time. So we should be aware whether it is actually safe or not. And there has been no such study across the world, although low concentration atropine has now been around for almost 8 to 10 years. In children, it may cause slow progressive problems like in contrast, and they may end up into having a little bit mild amblyopia may start because we are dealing here with a visually immature system. So this was just to contribute onto the safety profile of low concentration atropine. We all know that higher order aberrations are significantly affected by 1% atropine. Of course, the percentage is much higher, and we also have a background that aberrations are significantly associated in anisometropic amblyopia, which means that this study was done in India, and anisometropic amblyopia patients had significantly higher order aberrations. So these were the reasons why it was done. We have already done a study to see whether any pattern ERG changes are there or not. We know that there is a change in pupil size and reduced amplitude of accommodation, but fortunately we found that there was not a significant change in higher order aberration despite a change in pupil size pre and post atropine. So we conclude that there are minimal changes which are not really significant in higher order aberrations when you use low concentration atropine, at least after a month. So long-term usage seems to be safe because we did not find much changes, but we can do more studies at a longer follow-up to find whether they are safe or not. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jethani. That was very scientific, very interesting, very thoughtful study. However, I found that the sample study size is a little small. Are you still continuing doing it, or?
Yes. So what we have done is we are following these patients for a long term, because this was only, so when we submitted the paper, that was I think around 1.5 years back. So that was just a thought. We thought that we should do it, and then we will follow it, because long term we are going to use them for long term, maybe a long term usage. So after a year, since you have asked, I am continuing that. After a year, we still did not find, I did not put it because we had already submitted the abstract. So I did not include that in the data.
Okay,
but
okay,
even at the end of 1 year, we did not find any significant change in higher order aberrations.
Thank you. Dr. Nanda, sir?
Actually, this is a continuation study. You have told by part. So it will take little more time. and also the sample size is also less.
Dr.
You know, Mr.
Marathe, sir?
I think it was a wonderful study done by Dr. Jethani. I must appreciate.
Thank you, sir.
Dr. Srini?
How long are you planning to continue the follow-up? Like when are you see short-term results? Encouraging. See what is the time limit you feel that okay, you've done it for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Now okay, I can say that this is absolutely safe. Any idea like?
I think, sir, if it is not changing higher order aberrations in a year's time, I think it would be pretty safe to assume that it is quite safe. Although there have been studies on pattern ERG, we ourselves have done pattern ERG and found that it is safe, but pattern ERG is mainly about the posterior segment and not really about the optical path which light is following, and there may be subtle changes in higher order aberrations. I think 1 year would be a very good time. We already have the data for 1 year. Next, I mean, the Mumbai AIUS, we are planning to present them.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Thank you.